And here we are. Welcome to Science Lab. So here we are to talk with you about the biological factors, different kind of biological aspects, which are helps to grow plants and even helps to grow animals. So, do you know about the water? So, water is more important factor when we are talking about water. It is a essential factor for the life, factor for life. So, plants absorb water through their root systems. There are different processes which helps and different forces and to help um, absorption of water uh, to the plant and even ascent of xylem sap. So plant absorb water through their root hairs according to the water potential gradients. You may know about the water potential. Water potential is very important concept, and it helps how water transfer from one place to another, especially in living matter. So when we talk about the plants, and plants have I mean they have roots and root hairs. The concentration of root hairs the concentration of root hair is higher than the concentration in soil solution. That means the water potential of the root hair is lower than water potential in soil sap or soil solution. Then what happened? There is a water potential gradients and water transfer from soil solution to root hairs, and after that they subjected into different kind of processes, and they like apoplast root, symplast root, and transmembrane root, and then by then water comes to the xylem or comes into xylem of roots. So, do you know about the xylem tissues? So, xylem tissue is a important, very important tissue, and it is a complex tissue in plants, and it helps to transportation of water and minerals. So, today we are going to talk with you, but we are going to discuss about the radial um, ascent of xylem sap. Water and minerals which enters to vascular cylinder are transported to upper part of the plant is known as ascent of xylem sap. So this is very important process. And we can explain this process also by using water potential concept. You may learn about water potential. It is depends on two factors. One thing is psi W, and the other one is psi H, solute potential and pressure potential. Solid potential have zero value, and pressure potential have positive value. So the process is called bulk flow, mass transfer, or mass flow. Mass flow, mass transfer, and bulk flow. There are three different terms, but it's explained one process. So after water enter into the xylem of xylem tissue, right? Then water should subjected into upward movement. So we can explain this upward movement or thrust movement of water by using water potential concept. Water transportation is it is a, I mean, it is not an active process, it is a passive process. That means no need to use energy to transport water. Plants not utilize or not spend their energy to transport water minerals. They just transfer in passively. So the process helps to transfer water. The passive process, it is called bulk flow, mass flow, or mass transfer. What is mass transfer? Mass transfer means that it is kind of diffusion. So you may heard about the diffusion. Diffusion means that diffusion and mass flow, two different terms, and mass flow is a kind of diffusion. Mass flow, bulk flow, or the mass transfer is a movement of fluid down a pressure or temperature gradients. According to the pressure or temperature gradients, movement of fluids down according to the pressure or concentration gradient is called as a mass transfer. So the xylem ascent, or so ascent of xylem sap is also run by mass transfer or mass flow. So how it's happened? So this is the question. Now, you know, not only the water transport, even blood blood circulation also passive process. It's run, or it's I mean, it's also used mass flow. It is the mechanism. So mass flow happens according to the pressure gradients, but diffusion is another process according to the so diffusion transfer materials according to the concentration gradient. That's the difference between mass flow and diffusion. Okay? So we can explain the upthrust movement or the ascent of xylem sap by using cohesion tension hypothesis. Cohesion tension hypothesis. So transpiration provides pull for ascent of xylem sap. So, do you know about transpiration? Transpiration means the process. Transpiration means evaporation of water from the guard cells in leaf, majorly from leaf as a vapor. So how it happens, that is important to discuss. So cohesion for water molecule transmit. Now what is cohesion? Cohesion is the force which water molecules bond or connect with the xylem vessels. Xylem vessel elements. So vessel elements have cell wall, that means cellulose cell wall. So water bond or makes a bond with the xylem vessels. So vessels have cellulose cell wall, that means water molecules bind or join with the xylem cell wall. And the force is called as cohesion. So adhesion rather, adhesion. And water molecules bond with each other by cohesion, through a cohesion process. In this hypothesis, very important, adhesion and tension hypothesis, you know that evaporate water from mesophyll cells. Then the first thing is that transpiration. Transpiration means absorb the evaporation of water from the guard cells. So how it happens? The water potential of atmosphere is lower than water potential in guard cells. Then water evaporate from guard cell to atmosphere. Then the water potential of mesophyll cells and guard cells have, in between mesophyll cell and guard cells have water potential gradients. According to these gradients, water transfer from mesophyll cell to the mesophyll cells to guard cells. So the water potential of mesophyll cells is lower than the petioles, right? So then what happens? Water comes from petioles to mesophyll cells. So there is a pressure gradient here. According to this pressure gradient, what happens? Water moves from roots to petioles through a stem. That means stem, xylem tissues in stems. That means water transfer from xylem tissue in roots to the petioles. From xylems in roots to petioles through these stems. So this is called the ascent of xylem sap. The xylem sap or xylems, the liquid or materials inside the xylem tissue transfer through the stem to petioles according to the pressure gradient. What is that process? It is bulk flow, or mass transfer. What is mass transfer? It is movement of fluid drawn a pressure or temperature gradients. In this instance, in this process, in this case, the transportation of water from, according to the pressure gradients, xylem tissue of roots to xylem tissue xylem tissue of petioles. So this is called ascent of water transportation. So it's the bulk flow is the process which helps to passive water transportation. And when we talk about ascent of water potential, the water potential gradients, ascent of xylems, water potential gradient is so important. The water transfer according to the pressure gradients. Then tensile force of xylem sap is transmitted from leaves to root. That means there is a pressure gradient from roots to shoot, right? So that pressure gradients create tensile force shoot to root. Then water comes to upper part of the plants according to this tensile force. So this tensile force is reached, extend even soil solutions too. So that means this tensile force created by water potential gradients will help to absorption of water to root hairs too. So that is very important. So in first lesson we discussed about the ascent of xylem sap. So there are different forces helps to ascent of xylem sap. The more important fact is water potential gradients. According to the water potential gradients, it's create tensile force. According to the tensile force, water transfer from root to shoot. And even cohesion adhesion bonds also helps to water transportation. So that's important. This is the first lesson of science lab, and we are going to talk with you about different aspects of biological aspects and even some other factors in physical chemistry and physics and chemistry also. We highly concerned about the biological fact. And please subscribe our channel, and we are helpful by inviting you to share these videos. And thank you very much.